Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Thursday, February 20th, 2025, pre-market report. People, we have to stay hedged, not just with regard to this thinking stock market, which has no bearing on reality whatsoever. There's a lot going on over here. I'm talking about economically. The world today is coming apart with regard to the economy, and this is no accident. No comedy of errors got us here. We understand, at least you should, who runs the monetary systems. It certainly isn't presidents, kings, queens, dictators, or monarchs. This is a deliberate takedown of the world economy and the middle class, only to issue in an entirely new system. I'm going to tell you what to watch out for here in the United States. A federal takeover of states. You heard me right. Military presence. It's going to start out small. It'll start to spread across the nation, and they're going to sell it to you as we need this to keep us safe. People are extraordinarily willing to surrender their rights, their freedoms, and whatever privacy that they may have in this environment. I've never seen anything like this before. It's an incredible thing. And this is not new. You and I have been talking about this for years, that people are going to willingly do this, surrender their rights, their freedoms, whatever particular privacy that they may feel that they are entitled to. I understand there is no right to privacy with regard to the U.S. Constitution is an implied thing. But people are going to have their private information invaded, and they're going to do nothing about it for the most part. There may be some pushback, but people are going to, again, just surrender. Surrender to the system because they buy the lies, the propaganda, the distortions of the truth, and everything else. So the setup here, especially in the United States, is pretty extraordinary, where people really they're lost. They're absolutely lost. They don't understand what's going on, why it's happening, what's going on. Even though I've been talking about this stuff for 10 years, I'm telling you what this is all about for 10 years. It's about control. It's about maximum control. Whatever they can extort out of you that you're going to be willing to surrender. Again, it's an incredible thing. So watch for a few things to happen. Let's put this together. Stock market right now in the United States, around the world, we're pretty much here at record highs. This is obviously a lie. The lie of the market, or should I say the illusion of the market, is being built upon what? Oceans of debt. That's all this is. It's going to come apart. I'm talking about this, the stock market. The economy, we're already done. It's a disaster area, the economy of the world. But I'm here to tell you that we haven't seen anything yet with regard to the economy here in the United States and around the world. And playing right into that, as the economy comes apart faster and you start seeing things deteriorate, you're going to hear calls for a federal takeover of the states. I don't know if I would like to see the United States deteriorate into what would be more of like a third world nation with military presence, maybe even a new police force. Don't be surprised to see if that happens as well. Now, with regard to this market, let me just start off real quick. A phenomenon is occurring, and you and I said it would happen. Bond yields are dropping around the world. Look at the top one, the U.S. 10-year yield. There is a massive effort right now. Massive effort. I mean, it's a Herculean effort to stop the bleeding in the U.S. stock market and the stock markets around the world. Right now, stock futures are lower here in the United States. And I'm expecting to see more of this moving forward. More rate suppression on a massive, massive scale. Utter, complete destruction of the currency purchasing power. Now, gold. Gold is telling us something here, just real quick. So gold just hit a new record this morning. Imagine, we've had one heck of a ride here, higher with regard to gold. And look at silver here. This is this morning. We're getting a warning here from gold and silver with regard to the inflationary nightmare that is about to hit us all. And I want you to think about this. You're seeing artificially suppressed prices here. It's an astonishing thing to witness how the hard asset is deriving value from a derivative. It's upside down. It's completely rigged. Now, with regard to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, doing pretty well. doing pretty well. People have been telling you need this in your portfolio since I publicly said at 17,500, get in here and buy Bitcoin. Well, you know what? For those of you that did get in with me, you've done exceedingly well, and we're not done. Now, with regard to bellwethers here in the United States, Walmart is considered a bellwether. Walmart shares are now dropping as the retail says profit growth will slow. The consumer is getting squeezed. Here's another one. Walmart shares getting hammered as a disappointing outlook here. Now, I know a lot of you guys and girls out here really do love and respect Elon Musk, and that's okay. You're entitled to do that. This is from October 30th of 2024, when Musk said, this is Fox Business, Elon Musk says Trump's economic plans could cause temporary hardship. Temporary or transitory? You mean kind of like inflation? Let me tell you something about this. This is not going to stop. And we haven't even begun to see. And I just don't, you can listen to Elon Musk or you listen to me. I've been telling you this for 1,000 years. We're going to see a rapid deterioration of the economy, skyrocketing cost of living. I was writing some stuff down this morning. Let me look up what I wrote here. Much higher inflation, skyrocketing debts and deficits. What else did I write? This is that moment of maximum saturation, and that's why, again, the effort to keep the stock market propped up is going to be Herculean, with central banks getting in here, buying it all, allowing themselves to inflate. You can't make this stuff up if you try to. So you got to be hedged here. What I'm saying is, with regard to the markets, it's a no-brainer here. You must have exposure to commodities. I've been telling you this forever. More exposure than ever before with regard to gold and especially silver. Expect the currency, not just here in the United States, but around the world, to lose purchasing power much faster than we're seeing right now. It's just a no-brainer right now, people. Honestly, it's a no-brainer. With regard to the economy, expect to see, as we move forward here, again, more people living in the streets, more people losing their homes. People can't pay back their debt here. We're seeing a phenomenon which has never been seen before to this rate, not even in close, is loan defaults across the board. The banks are going to come for everything you have, and they don't care if you're out in the streets. Again, massive deregulation. Yesterday, Trump's executive order to pretty much erase every single parameter that a bank used to have to deal with for years. So no consumer protection agency anymore. That's already gone by executive order. Banks being no parameters anymore. They can do anything they want with your cash, anything they want, with zero capital reserves. I want you to think about what I'm saying here. And of course, you're the one that is going to bear the brunt of whatever bad bets they're going to make. You think these banks are going to be prudent with your cash, or you think they're going to be reckless because they know that, well, they can't possibly lose, especially in this new era of zero regulation for the banks and even corporations here. A lot of parameters for corporations are being removed as well to allow profitability for the 1% and 2%ers, and the rest of us as always pay for it. Again, with regard to the market, it's a no-brainer here, people. You got to stay hedged, period, the freaking end. And you got to be willing to change direction. I recently started putting a small amount of cash back into this market. You all know that. I came out publicly. I said that I'm an open book. Greg, everyone knows what Greg is doing. If you need to keep more, I hope you do, keep more on top of what's going on, follow my newsletter. It's 100% free. Link in the description of this video. Okay. With regard to the economy, people, be prepared for what I'm saying is more than likely going to happen here. As the economy free falls faster, and doesn't mean the market's going to. Again, the phenomenon of economic destruction has created this bubble in the stock market. Again, the market doesn't care about fundamental factors anymore, forward guidance, P ratios, none of that stuff. All that matters is easy money. And that's what the markets of the world have been built upon. And it's not real. It's an illusion. The illusion of the market. And it looks like central banks are going to get in here and buy it all. They don't even have to make an announcement that they're cutting rates. You understand? Central banks are in here already managing the yield curve. They're the number one buyers and issuers of debt. Don't take my word for this. Look it up for yourself. So the rigging of the debt market here by central banks, none more so than the Fed, is going to hit heights that you're not going to believe. And that just means, again, on the back of artificially suppressed rates and currency purchasing power destruction, an economic disaster, an economic free fall, which they're going to sell to you, will necessitate a federal takeover of the states. It's an amazing thing to see what's going on so fast right now. It's all about control. It's about consolidation of power. And mark my words on this, people don't care. They're willing to let a particular government agency have access to their bank accounts, to their social security numbers, to whatever they do in private or in public, surveillance, all of this stuff. If you think it's bad now, wait till you see where we're going to go. And they're going to sell it to you, as they always do, via fear. We need this to be safe. We can't have the streets looking the way that they do. So again, expect it. Expect a strong military presence to begin, I would say, soon here in the United States. We're being literally transformed into a whole new paradigm. Does that sound familiar to you? Because I've been explaining for over 10 years that we're moving towards a whole new paradigm. That's exact words I've used. A whole new set of rules. You see how all this is aligning, people? I don't think there's really people who have been more far ahead of the curve than you and I. And I intend to keep us there. So again, people, look, with regard to the markets, it's a no-brainer. Keep yourself hedged. Own hard assets here. Be ready to get out, even though I just got back in. Be ready to get out of here, because this Herculean effort by central banks to suppress rates and buy it all is a mechanism, again, to keep that doorway open to cash to make its way into the stock market or into risk assets. But the fact of the matter is, the law of diminishing returns applies. The law of diminishing returns applies here. Does that sound about right to you? You know it does, because it makes sense to you, because you're smart. So that's with the market here. With regard to the economy, expect a very, very rapid, over the next 6 months to a year, an extremely rapid deterioration of economic conditions with regard to you personally, much, much higher inflation. It's not going to be temporary. It's not going to be transitory, like Elon Musk said back in October. Okay, for those of you that, it seems like there's legions of you who think that this guy is also maybe like the second coming or something along those lines. I just can't believe that, but I don't trust the guy. That's just my take. I don't like him. I never did. I'm entitled to my opinion on him, right? And so are you. I'm not putting you down. You like the guy. You think he's the greatest thing to happen to the world. Again, that's fine. You're entitled to that. But again, the mechanism here is all about control. Look for more of this stuff to happen as the economy free falls faster, and expect the people in the United States to, again, to surrender willingly all of their freedoms and liberty. And a lot of stuff is going to be done, for example, a federal takeover of the states, to protect your freedoms and liberties. And people are they're going to surrender to it. They're going to allow this to happen, no pushback, again, an invasion of whatever privacy they may think they have and everything else. It's really an amazing time to be alive. But this shouldn't surprise anyone, because I've been explaining to people that's where we're going forever, a maximum control. And we're starting to see this play out here. You're not going to be able to think outside the realm of how they're telling you to think. And there's a lot of people falling into that right now. Don't engage your brain. Don't think of anything that may be contrary to the narrative. That is going to play out much faster moving forward again. And it all plays into the economic disaster, economic free fall that we're going to see here in the United States. If you believe that debts and deficits are going to miraculously go away here, that we're not going to see skyrocketing debts and deficits and a currency devaluation, a much higher cost of living, not temporary inflation, but a mechanism. Again, we could stop this. We could stop it by vastly raising rates. Not going to happen. We could stop this by going back to a constitutional money system, which we're not doing. The fiat monetary system allows them to control us all, unfortunately. We're not going back to a free market or a free market system in any way, shape, or form. Central banks are going to collectively continue to inflate via any mechanism that they see fit here with no pushback. None at all. Well, you might hear about audits or this, that, and the other thing. And if you believe that the information that you're going to get or you are getting here with not a shred of proof, okay? People are amazing creatures here. They've been warned for thousands of years that something like this would happen, and it is. And I know there are some of you that see it, are able to understand it because you get it. But you see where the masses are going here? This has all been foretold to us before, people. All of it. And it's happening right here and right now. So what are you going to take away from this video? Stay hedged or die with regard to the stock market. This is not real. It's an illusion. All of it is. It's going to change at the moment of their choosing when central banks stop buying it all. They are the number one issuers and buyers of debt right now. They have fulfilled their end game, their goal to be the lenders and buyers of last resort. I've been telling you this for 10 years that that's where we're going to go, and that's exactly where we are today. With regard to the economy, expect rapidly deteriorating conditions, higher cost of living, obviously, struggle. This is what this is all about, dependency, when people are dependent on something, they'll surrender it, whatever they have to. Freedoms, liberties, whatever right to privacy they may or may not actually have. They're going to surrender it all. The system right now, again, we're a divided people here in the United States. We've been conquered. That was stage one. That's really what happened here over the last, I would say, maybe 10 years. We're completely conquered. We can't come together to elicit change in that they've put people exactly where they want them to be. And this is a phenomenon around the world, but none more so than here in the United States, the hub of what was once the hub of freedom and liberty. That's all going away, and people are willing to surrender it. It's an incredible thing to see. So let government entities have access to everything that you have, that you hold dear to you, and maybe you'd like to keep private, or you don't want people peering in for whatever reason, okay? Has nothing to do with hiding anything. It has to do with being free. You understand what I'm talking about? You don't have that anymore. You're being invaded, and you're too blind to see it. All right. Love you all from the heart with all I got. I really hope you got something out of this video. If you did, I'd appreciate your thumbs up. If I have earned that, please share it, get it out there. Wait for the slew, the influx of hate that's going to come, because people hate the truth. I believe sincerely that there's a lot of truth in this video here, and you're going to see a lot of pushback. Some of it's not even real. Some of it is bots, AI, whatever it might be, which is replacing human beings. Okay, we're being erased. I've been telling you this forever here. From every angle, we're being erased. And it's not going to be pretty moving forward here, people. So, and we can't change it, gauging from the current environment. Look at what's happening. It's going to get much, much worse. I mean, start to look out for yourselves, the people you care about. Think about what it means for you, honestly, because again, the hardship that you're going to endure is going to force people. You're going to see more people surrender their freedoms and liberties and privacy and whatever it may be. Wait till you see. Save this video. Save this video to your computer so you can reflect back on this and say, wow, Greg said it would all happen, and here we go. It is. Because look at our track record. It's pretty astonishing, isn't it? What you say, 90% of it or better has happened. Go back as far as you want to go. And I'm telling you right here and right now, everything I've just told you is where we're going. Love you all. See you later. 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream, people, all right? Until we meet again, please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.